Hi everyone. Have you ever wanted to send an email using Power Automate, but unfortunately, the Power Automate action to send an email does not allow you to format this email and just send it in plain text? Today, I'm gonna show you how you can use Power Automate to send an email, and you can put a format of that email in the email that you're gonna send using a Power Automate. But before I do that, let me introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Khalifa, and I'm a Dynamics 365 and Power Platform consultant who's been helping and working with large enterprises and a small and medium business to help them to use Dynamics 365 and get the best out of them. Now, this is the showtime. So, what we're gonna do over here, we have our groups. What we wanna do if we open any one of those groups, we have a field over here called validated. What we wanna do if and this validated, if this field gets set to yes, which means that this group is validated, we're gonna send an email to a group or to specific people, tell him, hey, this group has been validated and we're going to send some formatted information. We're going to send an email with some information for the group, and this email is going to be formatted. So once this field has been set to yes, we're going to using Power Automate, create an email and send it formatted to a specific email. Let me show you how to do that. We will jump to the make.power app and the solutions that we had before, which is groups and agents. Let's go inside that solution and let's start creating our Power Automate from that solution, because it's the best practice to start creating a Power Automate from within a solution. So let's say we're going to create a new automation, Cloudflow, automated. And we can call it send email when or upon group validation. Upon group validation. And the trigger is going to be a data verse. And we will pick when row is being added or modified. So keep in mind, we need to send that when a group is being modified. The first thing it asked me is to sign in. So it's going to create a connection for me. So the first change, it asks me, when do you need to send this email, or what is going to trigger this flow or Power Automate? We're going to say it's going to be triggered when an item is being or a row is being modified. What is the table name? It's going to be group. Scope, if group is changed to anywhere in the organization, not just inside a business unit. And we can click on show advanced options. We don't want to have this Power Automate triggered on every update that happens to that group. We want to have this Power Automate only trigger when this validated field equals to yes. We know that the internal name for validated is called MK underscore validated. So, and we want to send it when it's equal to true. So we need to put a filter over here in the filter row, and it's going to be OData filter that tell it only triggers that flow when this MK validated, which is the name of that field, the internal name for that field, is equal to true. So we will come over here and we will add it to the filter row. Because after that, we're going to create a new step, because we want to have our email is being formatted. So we will create a variable first, a string variable, and inside that string variable, we will have our formatted email. So let's first declare this variable or initialize a variable. Let's call it email message, and let's make it a string. Let's save. after that, we need to now set the value for that variable. So what I want to do, I want to create an email that goes with that format, and I want to keep this format. So what I usually do if I want to send a formatted email, I open Word and then I put my template inside the Word, and anything that will be filled out later, like the group name or the code, I just put something over here that tells me I need to change this later. Then I use the format in the Word document to be the format that I'm gonna be using in my email. But in our case, keep in mind that we are working with a string. So I need to find a way to convert this formatted text to normal string. So what I usually do, I go to Bing and I look for any HTML converter online. So bing.com, any HTML converter online. One of the good converters that I usually use is that one. I go to, you will see that it was stored from the previous session, but let me take it out. I go here. Let me try to do this one, you know, in blue, just to make it different. No, this is a bad color. Let's take it like that. I take this again. I put my format in Word because it's very easy to use. I take the copy, put it here. Now it put all the formatted HTML into just a normal text. And this is the text that I'm gonna take and put inside my Power Automate. Then I will have to change this code with the actual code. We're gonna show you how this happens. So let's take this and go back to my Power Automate. And now I need to create an extra step to set the variable. Usually you can put it over here, but I like to put initialize variables and set variable. So let's create a new step to set a variable. It's going to be the email message. And this is my HTML. When I send the email, it's going to be formatted. So over here, I know that I need to put the actual group name instead of the G name over here. So what I'm gonna come over here and just take the G name out and put the name. Here, I know that I need to put the code, so I need to take the code out and then put the group code, and I can look for it. Oops, wrong place. Over here, and instead, this is the hyperlink, and I don't want a hyperlink go to Bing. I want the hyperlink go to that record. And we all know that every record contains a URL. These URLs have the name of the URL of the organization, the ID of the app, and the ID record. So I'm gonna take all of this as the as a template for now. Then I'm gonna take this ID and change it with the ID of the actual row that we have just changed. I'm gonna go back to my Power Automate. I'm gonna take all of the HTML out, put that over here. Now I know that this ID needs to be changed with every time I put or I change a new group. So I'll take this ID out or just give it out. And I'll put over here. I'm gonna go back just to make sure that I put it in the right place. The actual GUID of that record, and because the this entity or this table is called the group, I will look for the group over here, and it's gonna tell you this is the unique ID. So this is the unique identifier for that and that represents the record in that table. So just click and save. Now I put a trigger to trigger this Power Automate only when a record is being updated, and not just any update, only when this validation equals true. I have my variables that's going to have the message. I already put my message in an HTML in that message. The last step is now I need to send my email. So I can look for the action email. And by the way, we have two ways to send an email. Even I can use the send email action, which this is we're going to be talking about today. And there is another way that you can create an actual email message and do an inbound action to send that email. In another video, we're going to talk about how we can send an email using creating an email message and with an inbound action. But for and what is the difference between send an email and create an email message. But again, we're going to talk about it in another video. For the sake of that demo, we're just going to go easy and pick the action of send an email. And you'll see what's going to happen is it will, it authenticated me first and it created a connection to my Office 365. Now I can put over here the email I want to send this to. For now, let's make it static for sake of this demo. I'm gonna put my email, mohammed.khalifa@mp.365.com. Then I'm gonna say something like group validated. And here I'm gonna put my message, which is the variables that I already had before. Email message, save. So now my Power Automate is ready. Let's try to go and test it. I usually like to duplicate this tab and go and see the run history for this Power Automate. Open in a new tab. Go back here just to see the run history. First, I want to click the flow checker to see if there is any error. There is no error. Now we are ready to run this Power Automate. Because this is the record that I took the URL off. So let me pick another record. This example, this one. And let's change this to yes. Then save. Now, if I go to my Power Automate and I refresh, we will see that it ran and I should be receiving the email in like, here we go. I already received an email. And yeah, it's now formatted. The group name. Yes, this is the name of the group like we had. The group code is a BU like we had. And this is the link. When I click on it, it's gonna open the record. And this is because we created the URL for that specific record. Again, we have created, we send an email using the send email. There is another way, which is create email message and put an inbound action. In another video, we're going to explain it. Then we're going to explain the difference between those two. I hope this video was helpful to you. And if you like it, please feel free to leave a comment below or share it with your friends. See you in the next video. Thank you.